What's up, everyone? Hello and welcome. My name is Kim Fisher. Welcome to my live stream. I haven't been live in a while, and I'm really excited to be here. If this is our first time meeting, say hi in the chat. I'd love to personally welcome you. If you've been in my world before, say hi so I can say what's up to you, welcome you in. My name is Kim Fisher, like I mentioned, and I'm the leader's leader and an empowerment coach. And I'm here to show you how to find, refine, and sustain the life of your dreams in order to experience empowerment and happiness while you're alive. That's what my message is all about. That's what this channel is all about. And shout out to anyone who follows me on Instagram. I recently started playing the ticks and the talk game, aka being on TikTok. And I've been here on YouTube for a little bit, but pre recorded content mainly. My dedication to you guys is to start coming live a little bit more and playing with you guys here in the live space. I'm really excited. So, and by the way, it's been like over a year since I've been live, and this is only my second time live ever on YouTube. So, I am demonstrating to you right now what it's like to lead yourself and just try things. I think it's really important that you learn how to be the beginner, that you trust that, and that you know that with every time you try something, it slowly diminishes as something that's new and scary and slowly starts to become something that's familiar and you're very competent in. And I think we forget that that's just how it goes. Those are the rules for getting better at anything is you have to throw yourself into the fire, be humble, be the beginner, forget this ego trip of I got to know everything all the time. That's a boring life anyways, I think. Just like having to know it all, pretending to know it all is the way forward. I think instead we just get to say, I'm okay with not knowing it all and let me discover what I need to learn to get better. So, speaking of what you need to learn to get better, I want to drop in quickly to the topic of today's talk, which is the one thing I had to learn, or the one thing I did, the one thing I changed that improved my quality of life dramatically. And this is the one mindset hack that I want you guys to walk away from this live that will help you really improve your life and will help you improve your career, will help you improve your leadership. And especially if you are an entrepreneur and a content creator like me, this is the mindset shift you absolutely need to have that will really get you out of your way so you can get some momentum and just start doing more. This is really what allowed me to get out of my own way, like I said, but really allowed me to just produce more content that really felt good to me. So before, I was really like concerned about what other people thought of me, even if it was good things. Like I was really chasing the likes, chasing the feedback, chasing the feeling of people signing up for my programs. And I still want that. I'm not like anti you guys liking my stuff, but I had to let something else go first. I had to let something else lead me. Otherwise, I was only ever feeling good when someone liked, when someone shared, when someone made a comment, when someone was like, "You're amazing," right? And then that left the other story, which was when no one does that, I feel like crap. Is that like that's not what I want? And so I'm curious if this resonates with you guys. It's so easy to get caught up in the vanity metrics, I've heard them called, in the data. And it's not that it's bad. Like we do want to pay attention to those things. We do want to look at numbers. We do want to look at metrics, but we don't want these things to rule us. We don't want these things to block us. And so what I had to learn is that what was more important than caring about what other people thought of me was me caring about what I thought of me. Instead of focusing on what other people were thinking or feeling about what I was saying, the place you have to start is caring more about what you were thinking and what you were feeling and what you were saying about you. This is what's going to give you stamina, resiliency, and honestly, this is what's going to make you have longevity as well. If you always care about what people think, you're going to be on this roller coaster of producing things, giving good output, feeling great about yourself only when other people are giving you that feedback. And then what happens is when that feedback drops down, we are lost. we don't have that inner light inside of us that's going to help us feel happy, confident, content, empowered. That light just isn't there glowing inside of us, that internal confidence, you know what I mean? Self-esteem. Yeah, like we really need that barometer. We need that metric. We need that pulse inside of us that says no matter what's happening on the outside of me, no matter what you think of me and I like what I'm saying. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, no matter if no one gets it or if no one agrees or no one wants to admit they like it or admit they agree. People just want to consume content sometimes and just move on. But what you have to learn is that what's more important than caring about what other people think is caring about what you think. So I've learned this the hard way. I've learned this like the really fiery way over the past year and a half. And it's so easy and I understand like I'm soft and gentle with myself and I understand why you would want it too. Like paying attention to what other people think of you is a way to get feedback. It's a way to know, oh, okay, my people like this. Okay, so I'll do more content. And so it's good for a feedback in data like viewpoint. Like, should I be posting this? Will this get me more likes? Is this what my content should be about? Is this what my people are here for? Is this why they like my brand? Right? A brand gives voice to people. A brand, as Victoria Washington, one of my mentors says, a brand shows people what they should be believing and what they should be supporting. So is this what my brand's about? Okay, yeah. But what if I go ahead and do this other thing? What if I go ahead and show this other side of myself? What if I go ahead and say the thing that I've really wanted to say? Will I not say it and risk being inauthentic because I'm concerned about likes? And this is that really gray zone of social media and being a content creator that is really important that you guys think about. And then I just want to call it out. Like, it's real, but it doesn't have to be the only story we carry inside of ourselves. We can have this other story of, you know what, when I go ahead and post something, when I go ahead and raise my hand in a meeting, when I go ahead and speak up about what's important to me, it's coming from a place first and primarily that I love me and I care about what's important to me. I know my values. I know my priorities. I know my goals. And I am going to let that be something that I'm in relationship with primarily and more often, more so than the relationship I want to have, I think I should have with other people's validation. If I can let the relationship with me be more important, that means I'm spending more time with that. I'm spending more time with me. I'm contemplating what's important to me. And then I'm doubling down on the love I have for myself and saying, you know what? I really love the way I think. I love the way I'm living my life. I love the way I exist in this world. And that's really important because when you love yourself more and when you decide that what you think about you is more important than what the external world says about you, you get more confident. And when you're more confident, you're a better parent, you're a better friend, you're a better leader. When you're more confident, you don't buy because you feel crappy about yourself. So your whole spending behaviors change. I've seen that with my bank account and my debt time and time again. You see your eating habits change, nutrition changes, your friendships shift, your whole world gets leveled up because you got more confident. And so we get more confident, not on accident. Confidence has a strategy, confidence is a life skill. So if you want to feel better about yourself, if you want to just take the brakes off of productivity, take the brakes off your creativity, take the brakes off your innovation and work on developing yourself into the person you're meant to be, you really got to stop paying attention to what other people think. And this is the sword cuts both ways. I wanted to say the pendulum swings both ways. I guess we could use both here. It goes both ways. The other side of this is, we don't want to pay attention to the positivity too much because we're only going to produce or feel good when someone's saying great things about us. But what happens when no one's around and no one's saying anything about us? Do you believe in yourself? Do you still feel positive? Or do you need that external validation to get going, to get revved up, to know who you are and what you're about? That's not good. That's really not good. If that is your only source of motivation is external people, because there will come a moment when that's not there. There will come this moment, and I'm in it right now, you guys, where like I'm transitioning more into the leader's leader. I just declared that's my tagline, my bio on Instagram. I'm like, I'm about leadership. I'm about really stepping out in front and letting you guys know that that's really what my skill is. So declaring it feels a little awkward. And then how I go about branding that and speaking about it, that feels like it's all in the growth experimentation phase right now. And shout out to anyone else who's doing that because it's really important to normalize that and it's a great place to be. But while that's happening, what you have to realize is that you might have radio silence. You might have like trash numbers, as Nikki just said. Nikki Saunders, is that her name? I'm forgetting her last name right now. Shout out to Nikki. You might have trash numbers for a little bit. You might have numbers that aren't impressive. And that's really because you're recalibrating. And if you go into it knowing, I'm trying to find out who I am authentically, I'm trying to find out my voice, I'm trying to find out the way I want to talk about it. I want to try to find out the best way, the best messaging, the best language. That's going to take some experimentation. So while I'm experimenting, my numbers of engagement might be a little low. So in that moment, if you're using those numbers and those vanity metrics to figure out whether or not you're a good person or not, or you're worth value, if you're a good person, if you're supposed to be doing this, you're screwed. Let me know in the chat if this is resonating. Give me, even in the replay, give me a hashtag replay and give me some of your favorite emojis if this is really landing for you guys. I hope it is. I trust that it is. Because in that moment where you're growing and you're experimenting and you're changing and you're figuring out who you are, and there's crickets, what we don't want you to do is stop. And that's what everyone does. Everyone stops because there's no feedback. But this is where you have to come in and become your own feedback. Keep going, Kim. Don't give up. You're doing a great job. Keep going. I know no one's looking right now, but you are preparing yourself for something greater. So do not stop. Try, play, experiment, grow, become, mess it up, try again, mess it up, do it again. This is the mentality of a winner. This is the mentality of someone who has moxie. Speaking of, I got a 4-day pop-up podcast right here on my YouTube page for you guys to check out and learn, eat it up, because ringing that dinner bell, there's a lots of good stuff in that 4-day pop-up podcast called Moxie. Go check that out. That's about all about the energy, the mindset of being in the energy of someone who is ready to take action and prepares themselves in what I call the season of development that steadies you and readies you. That's what I'm in right now. I'm developing myself. So I can't let external numbers be the reason I get up in the morning. I can't let people's comments or likes be the reason I keep going. I'm going to be real with you. There's a part of me that absolutely hates it when I post something and I get like one like, and it's my mom. And that's legitly how it goes. I love my mom. My mom's my biggest fan. My dad's my biggest fan. My boyfriend's my biggest fan. But my mom is the one that shows up on social media and double taps. Thank you, mom. Just being real. That's how it is right now. But you don't see me stopping. If anything, you see me going harder. I just mentioned I'm on TikTok now. What? I said I never tick and I never talk. But I'm ticking and talking now. Whatever. I'm going for it. I'm trying it out. It's a weird world over there. It's very different than Instagram. Holy crap, is it different? And now I'm here on YouTube showing up live. And I'm going to be coming on live lots throughout the week because this is where I want to be now. It's different. It's new. No one is live with me right now. If you're catching this replay, I want you to know that. I'm talking to myself. But in my mind, in my heart, I've already decided that I'm going to love this experience and I'm going to love what I do no matter what. And I know that this moment is developing me and shaping me. I'm getting my feet wet. I'll never have a first moment of being live on YouTube. It's already done. It's over with. Everything from here on out is just more and more practice. So, what is it you're holding back on because you're afraid to be a beginner? What is it you're holding back on because you're afraid of what other people are going to say? And it's okay to have that fear. It's natural, but you can't let that be the reason you go and you can't let it be the reason you stop. That just can't be the case ever. Even when you're really, really popular, even when you have a lot of success. Like, I'll give you a real example. Back in the day, I had a yoga studio. And when it was at the top of its performance, I had 2 locations, but inside one was basically 3 studios. So I always felt like I was running 4 studios at once. I had 10 to 12 teachers, 30 employees altogether, including front desk and management, um, yoga teacher training programs, retreats to Costa Rica, multiple retreats or multiple events and workshops inside the studio. It was bustling and huzzing and buzzling. That's what I was about to say. I don't even know what that means. It was huzzing. Huzzing. New word invented. And it was incredible. And I was making over 300K a year. Ugh, I miss that money. I really do. Um, but you want to know what? I was at my peak and I was still getting some shade thrown at me. There is people coming up after class like, I don't know why you taught. They didn't agree with my teachings, or they didn't like the postures that I taught, or maybe the hot yoga class is too hot. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I remember one guy was like, "It's too packed in your studio. I don't have room." I was like, "Well, that's a good problem to have. I'm not gonna like not want to be busy." Just like stupid stuff like that, or complaining about the parking because we were so busy. I mean, what do you want me to do? Like build a parking garage out in front? I can't help it that my business is so successful and I will not apologize for being successful. Like I had to say those things to people and still show up and be successful. So people will be negative if you're successful. People will be negative whether you're not successful. So the thing here is it doesn't matter what people are. It matters whether you're going for it or not. People will be happy for you also if you're successful. There's some people in your life that'll be happy even if you're content being kind of low and down and you're just going through a rut. There's going to be those great people in your life too. They're always cheering for you. But even so, you can't let their happiness or their sadness be the reason that you go for it or you don't. It's got to come from you. And you're going to be better off for it because you're going to build something inside of you called resiliency, called moxie, called determination and confidence. And that means that when it finally hits and when it finally goes viral or you finally get all the success that you wanted, you will have built this spark, this light, this power inside of you that's so authentic and that knows who they are so that when the big success or when the big money finally comes, like when I had with my studio before, that momentum won't freak you out and you'll actually be able to ride that wave. That's where you get longevity from. And that's where you're going to be the last one standing. And that's where you're going to be the one that actually crosses the finish line because you worked hard and you let something else emerge inside of you that was true leadership and true confidence. There you go, guys. There's your positive message for today. Go out there and get it. Make it count today. And do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. What did you really get out of this video today? This replay that you're watching? And what do you want to hear more of? Did you like this? Do you want me to talk about something else? I will read through every single comment and get back to you guys. I can't wait. That gives me a lot of feedback for what to talk about next. But most of all, thank you so much for being here and watching the replay. And at some point, I'll get a cadence down of when I can go live so you can plan on it and show up with me live here in the moment. And I'll probably have like prizes. I'll probably have cool things that I do every now and again. But right now, it's just going to be random when I go live. So I appreciate your patience with that. And I also appreciate you catching me live when I am here, but also catching that replay. Do me a favor watching the replay. Give me a hashtag replay fams so I can personally celebrate you and give you a virtual pat on the back. All right, guys. I love you so much. Mwah! Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.